in your own atmosphere, you don't have G forces, okay? There's no G forces there. So, yeah, that's a non issue. You feel like you're standing still when you're doing, 30,000 miles an hour, basically. You could make a right hand turn and not know it if it wasn't for your controls telling you, what you're doing, controlling the craft. So, yeah, this is going on. This has been going on since the beginning of time. It's nothing new. There's been testimonials. I mean, people pick and choose what they believe about history. It's like, dude, the Bible is the most accurate history you're ever going to find. I mean, we believe history. We're taught history. Oh, we gobble it up. Oh, yeah, this happened. How do you? It's all just testimonials. Okay, there's nobody alive that can say, yes, I'm an eyewitness. And even if they were, people can say, oh, well, you were delusional. You were seeing things. You were hallucinating. So how do we know? Why don't we throw the whole baby out with the bathwater and say, you can't trust anything. Just don't believe anything. All you can believe is yourself and nobody else. You're the only one, right? I mean, you understand how stupid it would be if we couldn't believe eyewitness testimony? I mean, come on. Come on. But this has been going on forever. This is just technology. It's God. I mean, what do you think angels are? They're not flapping their wings, for God's sake. This is technology. God, where do you think the technology came from? God gave us the brain, the imagination, the power to think, the wherewithal to make manifest anything we can imagine. That's how we have jet technology, spacecraft technology, computer technology, all this technology, robotics and automation, mechanization. All this stuff is because God gave us the ability to do it. All right, my friends. I'm going to get into some thoughts from the past week or two. One of the most alarming aspects of evil, one we should consider being keenly aware of, is the fact that we humans have a natural fallen state, a propensity to be inadvertently evil, yet oblivious to that fact, unless we make a deliberate, sincere effort to reach out to our owner, to the Creator, God Almighty, for counsel to not be evil. It's very common, very easy to fall headlong into the ephemeral values of this fleeting world system, namely money and the power thereof, complacently and indifferently complying toward the unnecessary suffering of our fellow human beings anywhere on earth is a sure ticket to hell. Yeah, not caring about others, saying, hey, that's somebody else's problem, not mine. That's not going to hold water. Okay, you need to be somebody that's got oil in their lamp, okay, that's cultivated, that's taken this small window of opportunity to be who you really want to be deep down in the marrow of your soul, not who you superficially want to be, just egoistically, topically speaking. Okay, it's about salvation. Where you're going from here, man. You want to go to a better world, or are you going to be content to stay in this world? But you're not going to be able to keep your status because there's going to be huge changes coming. Okay, all those that think that they're going to stay rich in eternity, don't think, that's not the way it's going to work. Everybody's rich in eternity, okay? And that's what you have to be willing to accept and be working for, is that everybody is free, because wealth and prosperity represents freedom, represents the captives being set free. And that's clearly the will of God, that situation, that paradigm be realized, be actualized here on earth. So it's a very nuts and bolts reality we're talking about here, right on earth, God's will being established. Life's short. Be exactly who you want to be, not who you think you want to be. Inasmuch as it is an irrefutable scientific fact that the female of our species has the power to extinct our species, now I ask, is there any question as to the true dominant gender of our species? There shouldn't be any doubt. If something is in disarray, does that mean that it's bad and you need to put it in array? Yes. And our entire society is in abject disarray. Okay, and we all need to play some part in helping it put it back in array. And that means educating others, empowering others. Okay, knowledge is power. And this is what it's all about, man. Understanding how money ties into everything. Everything evil. Like Jesus said, it's the root of all evil. That love of money causes all of our problems. Pray tell, how is it that our nation continues to go into an apparent state of perpetual, ever growing debt, while simultaneously the richest get richer, the poorest get poorer, and many more poor are created? Because evil men are at the top of this wantonly evil echelon of perverted pyramid of power. The critical mass needed to get the job done. This critical mass, man, that's a big deal. Understand, it just takes a handful of people in the right positions to manipulate all the people of Earth, okay? And that's exactly what's going on here. And then all those compliant establishmentarians that are involved in all these colluding special interest groups just don't care about others. I mean, we're in so much trouble. That is, God, it's so evident, and we've got to all just buck up, man, and get ready, man, and because it's all going to hit the fan eventually here. And that's a good thing for the righteous, but it's still traumatic for everybody. The righteous and the unrighteous are going to feel trauma. In the cause of promoting social, political, and economic cohesion and unity, herein are a few considerations. We, the people, have far more in common than out. We all want certain things: the right to survive and thrive as we wish, basic creature comforts. We want our children to be safe, secure, free, and prosperous. We all want to be truly free, as close to being absolutely free as possible, and financial freedom is a must. We all want to live safe and secure. Financial security is necessary to actualize this type of security and to not live in financial fear. Remember, the planet belongs to not some of us, rather it belongs to all of us. In the vast majority of cases, men that speak of, quote, the girl of their dreams are speaking figuratively. However, in my case, I am speaking both figuratively and literally. Yeah, that's what's so peculiar about this dream I had. It's so strange because I can't remember ever having a dream like that where it's a woman I haven't actually met, but I know her and I can identify her face to face as she brushes up against me lovingly. And now I'm smitten by this kitten, and as far as I know, she's single, and I'm pulling out all the stops and trying to win this gal's heart, whether I succeed or not. You know, let God's will be done in this case. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe what this dream was just a premonition of what was to come. I sure hope so, because I like this lady a lot. I mean, so many reasons. I'm just completely overcome smitten. And anybody that's listened to me knows I'm really kind of, I know, I've gone a little nuts, but I can't play it coy and cool about this thing. I just think she's just freaking adorable. And I just absolutely just, I mean, how bad am I? I want to hold her. It's puppy love. I feel like a virgin. I've been so long without a woman. I don't know what, sex, intercourse, I don't care about that. I just see what I like, and the heart wants what the heart wants, and I just want to hold her. I just want to snuggle her. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed about that. And I'm not going to play coy or cool about this. I like her a lot. I want her hand. I want to go steady. I want to get to know her. I want to share my life with her. I want to go into eternity with a woman. I mean, that's it. I can't, there's nothing I would change about her. I couldn't imagine a better woman. If I had to just pick one, it's her. I want her. This is literally the girl of my dreams, and I'm completely smitten by this kitten. And I love you, sweetheart. Just in the remote chance she's listening, but anyhow. In the vast majority of cases, okay, I already just read that. Fearing, that is to say, profoundly revering God, is the best way to avoid being evil. Yeah, I mean, was it King Solomon that said the fear of the Lord? Embracing the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Yes, it's this deep, profound reverence and say, God Almighty, I want to be able to answer to you. I want to be accountable. Isn't that what we want from our parents? We want them to give us direction. We want to know we're on the right track. We want their approval, right? And this should be how we see that God is our ultimate parents and our owner, okay? That, you can't just throw our body into hell, but our soul too. I mean, don't worry. Don't fear the one that can kill the body, and after that, they can't do anymore. They can't take your spirit, your soul away from you. But fear that one that can, our owner, a rightful owner. So this is all just stuff, man. This is the potter. God Almighty is described as a potter. Any person whom actually thinks they were born free merely because they were born in America is simply without equivocation delusional. In order to have been born free in the truest sense, they cannot be born with onerous taxation and, worst of all, the tax upon their very life, their existence, a price to keep living, a tax we euphemistically refer to as the cost of living. Oh my God, what I want more than anything else is an immediate end to all unnecessary human suffering. Yeah. That's what I want, my friends. I hope that's what you want too. Don't want any more prosperity until you start seeing people that are literally dying unnecessarily. Okay? And it has everything to do with money or the lack thereof. You understand? It's evil. So, I feel 100% good, about being that person. And I fail him anyway. You think I don't spend money frivolously instead of giving it to charity? Believe me, I need God's grace and mercy. We all do. But I'll be damned if I'm going to be somebody I don't want to be. And who I don't want to be is somebody that thinks I'm better than anybody else. I just want an end to unnecessary human suffering. God Almighty, I want that so, so much. And I'm so glad God knows it and the whole world knows it. And if there's one thing I'm proud of, that's it, man. I'm so tired of going to sleep in a warm, dry bed and thinking about my brothers and sisters out there, better men and women than me, dying out in the cold. It makes me crazy, okay? As long as people are in positions of power whom create the policies people must abide by, whom love money more than human beings, we're all slaves to their whims and perpetually in grave peril of their sordid lusts. Yeah, a lot of these people are genocidal maniacs. So yeah, we should worry about aerosol spraying in the sky and no reporting on it from the mainstream media, because who knows what day they decide to use chemical weapons on us and biological weapons to say, we're culling the population now, and if you understood it's to save the earth, well, you'd let yourself be killed. That's how these are monsters. These are freaks without compunction and conscience, integrity, honor. They don't care, reputation. No, they don't want to rule in hell, these people are. Fear of God. Here is merely one example of manifold good reasons to question our so-called reality. Consider the fact that any man or woman can both legally and morally be united with an 18-year-old person at any age above 18. This, of course, includes, say, an 80-year-old woman or man can be enjoined legally and morally in holy matrimony and marriage to someone much younger, to an 18-year-old. However, the intense, acute consternation and widespread public disapproval of such an age-imbalanced relationship is literally a far worse fate than breaching what is merely illegal or immoral. We therefore manipulate our own personal, individual realities through self-censorship. That's right, and that is just, again, one of many examples where we are self-manipulating, self-censoring, and just complying and conforming to a system of madness that doesn't make any sense at all. There's no basis, either morally, ethically, or legally speaking, but yet we know it's a big deal. Oh, how dare you? Don't you know? Don't know what? Excuse me. Explain that to me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to explain it to you. How it's immoral. I'm not going to explain it. Of course, it's not illegal. Yeah, but you understand? It's just one example of many.